Yeah, drown out my problems, let me. When I've been up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Coach, as you know, being over in Orlando, still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Ready? Slack 25 behind. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's get it for Burger. You won't see me in your nightmares, son.
Off the play fake, Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. On play action, Winston. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 24-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On the ground, this is Johnson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Mark 54. All day, just like that. Just like that.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Stafford. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, You'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 2nd and 12, Winston got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A gain there of 21 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
It's caught by Mike Evans. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Buccaneers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing. Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jared Davis. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that will be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards.
First down, Detroit.
A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. The first down carry here for Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Buccaneers.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Stafford on 3rd down. Screen play, Johnson. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
Set. 180. Right here, right here.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Ready.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw, Winston. He sets up the screen to Jones. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 12.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Lions 7, Buccaneers nothing.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the gun, Winston. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrad Davis. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
At the 16-yard line.
Lady!
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 40. The 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Stafford, flush to his right. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now it's Stafford. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
On first down, Stafford here. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Zebra, alert!
To throw is Stafford. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Throwing is Stanford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They blitzed there, but to be honest, I don't know if it would have mattered had they blitzed or not. That run play was going nowhere.
Yeah, it's really, really difficult at times to figure out where that defense is coming from. But if you're committed to running the football, you can get people up on those linebackers, right? Those guards don't have to block in with the line of scrimmage. They can get up to the second level and create some space.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Mike, 45. You get block me. You get block me.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down.
Hey, Philo!
From the gun on third down, Stanford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Stafford now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Here's Stanford. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Check 22. Check 45.
Third and long. It's Stanford. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
A first down throw for Winston. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Winston now. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Incomplete. Sets up a third down and 18.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. This time they stay on the ground, and they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
Red 80. Mark 54.
They go to Johnson again. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
60. Middle.
He's a gain of 6.
Hey.
And it's third down.
Mike 5-4.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
They had a good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
This will be fielded at the 17. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
From the 30 on second down, Winston. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
On first down, it's Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Makes it 3rd and 11.
Ready? Flag 22. Exit.
On 3rd down, Winston. Escaping, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 44. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Ready, move ready. Check 53 is mine. It's our time. It's our time.
The give running right, Drake. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Ready.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Let's get off the field.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Well, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's 4th and goal.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Gay knocks this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Stafford down to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 35. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. A very solid gain of 27.
A gain of 27 on the play. 1st down, Lions.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Running from the gun, Johnson stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. From the 24, Stafford complete to Jones. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown. Kenny Galladay, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. He's got Evans. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Winston now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Again, it's Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 30. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. And they try to sweep to Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a first and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll toss to Jones running left. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Mike. Ready. Who ready? 53. Mike. Hey. We got on the 50. Let's go.
Winston to throw. He's to the 10. That is caught. It's Perriman. And all the way down to the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. On 1st and goal, Drake, and he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. That's fielded in the end zone. Gets past one man. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
First down and goal to go.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Check. Here we go.